superfood to reduce and clean parasites in your body. It's not entirely unrealistic to assume that you have parasites. Despite what many people think, they come in many shapes and sizes and are a health concern beyond the borders of impoverished countries with poor healthcare. Parasites lurking deep within the human body may be hidden from sight, but their effects can be far-reaching and serious, ranging in size from tiny microorganisms to 10-foot-long segmented worms. While you cannot control hereditary and some environmental factors, you can still lower your risk of getting a bad parasite by making healthy diet and lifestyle choices. A well-planned diet can help prevent bad parasite developing. To clean the parasite, medications are needed. Medical treatment is a simple, safe and effective option. However, certain foods can help reduce and clean parasites and boost the effectiveness of your metabolism. Here's a list of some of the best foods and herbs to eat if your goal is to prevent and clean a bad parasite developing. 1. Garlic. Garlic is known to slow and kill more than 60 types of fungi and 20 types of bacteria, as well as some of the most potent viruses known to humans. Garlic also has a history of killing parasites, controlling secondary fungal infections, detoxifying while gently stimulating elimination, and has antioxidant properties to protect against oxidation resulting from parasite toxins. Allicin and ajoin are the components in garlic that kill parasites, including one-cell varieties, as well as pinworms and hookworms. Allicin is not present in garlic in its natural state. When garlic is chopped or otherwise damaged, the enzyme allinase acts on the chemical alline contained in its fibers, converting it into allicin. Ajoin is the principal compound responsible for garlic's anticoagulant properties and contributes to its strong odor. 2. Pumpkin and sunflower seeds. Before we continue this video, do not forget to subscribe my channel to see other useful health videos. Studies have shown that pumpkin seeds have a natural anthelmintic effect on the digestive system, meaning they can cure intestinal parasites. It doesn't kill the worms outright, but it does help your body flush them out. The parasites are paralyzed by the compound in the seeds and cannot cling to the intestines to avoid being flushed out through digestion. For the freshest pumpkin seeds, remove the seeds from your pumpkin and expose them to air for a few days to dry them out and eat them raw first thing each morning. Or if you like, you can then bake them at 150°C for 30 minutes with your favorite cold-pressed oils and seasonings such as cinnamon, cloves and nutmeg. Seeds make a crunchy addition to cereals, porridge or salads. For a morning tonic, grind the seeds along with watermelon seeds into a powder and take with aloe vera juice on an empty stomach each morning. For a delicious salad dressing, grind seeds with fresh garlic, parsley and coriander leaves. Mix with extra virgin olive oil and lemon juice. 3. Coconut. Coconuts are a food packed with nutritional benefits thanks to their natural saturated fats. It's the same fats that gives extra virgin coconut oil the ability to flush out internal parasites. It detoxifies your system and can prevent the development of flus and giardia. Many people mix coconut oil into smoothies or other beverages, but it can be used in many different recipes. Coconuts provide the fatty acid, lauric acid. When ingested, lauric acid is then converted to monolaurin and kills or inactivates protozoa, including several species of ringworm and Giardia lamblia. For tapeworms, it is suggested to drink the juice and eat the flesh of one fresh coconut first thing each morning, then fast for 4 hours. Coconut is a strong anti-parasitic agent. Both the fruit and oil can be used to treat intestinal worms. Eat 1 tablespoon of crushed coconut with your breakfast, and then after 3 hours drink a glass of warm milk mixed with 2 tablespoons of castor oil. Repeat this every day until the symptoms go away. However, castor oil is not recommended if you have gastrointestinal disease or the patient is aged under 5. Some people prefer to take coconut oil, which is antifungal and detoxifies your system. Use the extra virgin type, which contains lauric acid, a natural saturated fat, which kills parasites after being converted by the body. Eat 4 to 6 tablespoons of extra virgin coconut oil daily. Mix it with smoothies, put it in your food or your tea to flush out internal parasites. 4. Papaya. This fruit has a strong capacity to destroy worms, including most intestinal worms and tapeworm. To enhance their anti-worm powers, remove the skin and soak in apple cider vinegar for 1 day. Then eat 8 ounces of this pickled papaya and drink 2 ounces of the vinegar solution for 4 days. As a preventative while traveling, eat a spoonful of papaya seeds once a day on an empty stomach. If you already have parasites, eat the seeds for 1 week, then wait a week and repeat. It is important to chew the seeds thoroughly. If you don't find them palatable, you may blend them into smoothies. 5. Pomegranate. We are talking directly about the fruit here, though the rind of it can also be used for medicinal purposes. The bark of the pomegranate tree is often used for digestive medical conditions such as diarrhea and dysentery. Its ability to flush out intestinal parasites with astringent qualities adds to the already extensive list of health applications that come from the plant. As with many of the herbs listed, you should consult a medical expert and dose yourself carefully to avoid vomiting. Also, the pomegranate juice can be used for anti-parasitic effect, but you will need quite a large amount of up to 4 glasses of pomegranate juice daily for 4 or 5 days at a time. How we get parasites in the first place. First, you need to understand that you are not actually eating worms to become infected. You're getting infected from the microscopic parasite eggs that can be virtually anywhere. If after reading this section you're thinking, if parasite eggs are everywhere and are so easy to obtain, then why aren't we infected? The answer? 90% of us already are. Here are some examples of how easily you can become a parasite host. 1. Contaminated water. Water is the primary way parasites infect humans. For example, over 50% of our lakes, river streams and creeks are infected with the protozoa parasite Giardia lamblia. This parasite is not killed by chlorine and is steadily finding its way into urban areas with treated drinking water. Symptoms of an infestation include diarrhea and cramping that lasts for over a week and is most often misdiagnosed as the stomach flu. Also, when swimmers have parasites and they swim in places with others, the water is then contaminated with eggs from their bodies. It only takes a very small amount of swallowed water to become infected. 2. Other humans. You can obtain parasite eggs from other humans very easily. Since most infections come from the anal-oral route, think about this. Someone has parasites, they use the restroom, do not wash their hands afterwards, then they sit down and use the salt shaker on the restaurant's table. They have just deposited microscopic eggs onto this object. You are the next person to sit at this table and use the salt shaker. You then lick your finger or even put your hand to your face. You are now the new host to parasites. Parasite eggs can live under human fingernails for up to 2 months. Think of how many common objects you come into contact with on a daily basis. Even more common infections come from kissing, holding hands, sharing eating utensils, and of course, sexual contact. Usually, if one family member is a host to parasites, the entire family is infected. There are many parasite eggs that can live without a host for weeks. For example, microscopic pinworms' eggs become airborne and can travel anywhere, and they can live for 2 days outside of the host. These microscopic eggs are inhaled where they then hatch inside your body. 3. Animals. Animals, including pets, can spread 240 diseases to humans via parasites. By petting or grooming animals, you are picking up eggs that pass from them to us via hands, nose and mouth. Also, parasite-infected fleas and ticks and parasite-infected animal feces are concerns. This is why walking barefoot where animals have defecated is a major source of parasite infections, especially when you can't see the actual animal feces, you just happen to be walking where they have been before. Think about this: when your pet, or someone else's, licks their anus, they are depositing thousands of eggs onto their tongues, then they lick you and those eggs have just been transmitted to their new host. You. Americans now have the highest rate of toxoplasmosis parasites in the world. You have probably heard of this one, as all pregnant women are warned about toxoplasmosis because they can die from an infestation. Pets and domesticated animals are not the only ones spreading parasites. Mosquitoes, fleas, ticks, Lice and all other biting insects transmit protozoa, one-cell, parasites to humans. 4. Meats. Undercooked meats are a very high source of parasite infections. Commercial pork products are also notorious for infections. Bacon, ham, pork chops, cold cuts, hot dogs, etc. Also cuts of meat such as beef, lamb, chicken and fish contain parasite eggs. Sushi, raw fish, alone contains eggs and larvae of several species of parasites. We trust the kettle, pork and chicken producers to keep their livestock wormed on a regular basis, but over 50% of animals that go to slaughter are parasite infected. 5. Fruits and vegetables. Unwashed fruit and vegetables are also a big source of parasite carriers. A lot of vegetables are eaten raw, and according to the Center for Disease Control, diseases from fruit and vegetables are on the rise. With a huge demand for fruit and vegetables, we Americans import 30 billion tons of food per year. Some of this food comes from countries where animal manure and human feces are used as fertilizer. This practice greatly increases the spread of parasites. The practice of eating out is also on the rise. Salad bars, infected food handlers, and improperly washed fruits and vegetables are all sources for parasites. 6. Travel. In our modern age, world travel is a way of life for many. These travelers are bringing home parasites that were once almost unknown in America. Airplanes are a great source for parasite transmission. It's very common for a family to go on vacation and bring back uninvited guests with them. We also have a huge influx of refugee and immigrant populations who are bringing us their country's parasites.